Can you explain the different types of roofing materials and what are their pros and what are their cons?
Sure. This is actually a common question that we hear most often. And I get asked this, hey, Travis, what type of material do you recommend for my roof? Your most common is composition shingle. That is what we see almost everywhere. And it's honestly the one I would recommend the most because it has a good lifespan. You can get 40 to 50 year roofs made out of comp shingle. It tends to be cheaper and it just holds up really well and is easy to fix and repair. And then another common material you're going to see often is tile, right? Tile has some cons there to that. And that's once tile breaks, you have to replace that piece of tile. And when a tile breaks, it can lead to a leak, especially if our underlayment is not in good condition. So when we have a tile roof, the underlayment is one of the main barriers of protection for water, because again, if tiles crack, instant leak of water getting in. So those are the two common materials. And then with flat roofs, you're going to see a common material being used a lot now is what we call TPO. It's a single ply plastic membrane that is laid across the surface of the roof, and all the joints and areas where pipe penetrations occur are sealed with this plastic. And that is the most common one we're seeing for the flat roofs, and the one that I would recommend if you have a flat roof. Then there is a rolled composition. It is similar to the material we would see on a comp shingle roof, except it's rolled out, right? And it's just rolled out a big long ways. That is another common flat roof material. I wouldn't recommend that as much as the TPO. The TPO is definitely a better material. It's a little more expensive though. So those are I would say your most common materials I'm seeing. If we get into high-end roofs, luxury homes, then we might see metal roofs. We might see slate roofs. Now we're seeing solar, the Tesla solar roofs. Those are becoming a little more, I'm starting to see them a little bit more in Silicon Valley here. Those are definitely high-end, more expensive. There's some pros and cons to those. And if you're going to consider those, definitely talk to a roofing contractor to get the ins and out on those materials because they are very expensive roofs.
Check the full episode on our YouTube channel and on Apple Podcast.